What's up guys, my name is Your Heroes and welcome back to more Gates of Hell and welcome back to Development Update 3 Part 2. Now if you don't remember Part 1 then I will leave a link for that down in the description down below on the top right hand of the screen, which talked about, you know, a new game mode, new tutorial missions, and I believe new human model skins, I think, from the first video. So if you want to go check that out then I highly recommend it because it really does give you a full run, not a full rundown, but it gives you brief information about those three topics. And today, part 2 has come out, which really does give you a full rundown of the new game mode, which was mentioned before, which is Last Stand game mode, new German models, human models, and also the new tutorial missions and how they're going to be easier for new players, you know, coming into the game, as well as talking about other changes and open beta. So if you guys like to see more of this content, make sure you subscribe. We're really close to 2,000 subscribers, so if you can get to that mark, that'd be absolutely great. And without further ado, let's get straight into it, and let me know in the comments down below, what are you most excited for? Is it the new game mode? Is it the new model, human model skins, or is it the new tutorial missions? Let's go through them together as one, and as I will go through this, you know, on the Steam page. I usually do make a Word document, but just for, you know, the ease of making sure you guys see visually everything that the, you know, development has says, I'll be sticking with the Steam page itself. So let's first go in. So this is Development Diary 146 Community Update 3 Part 2. So let's just get straight into it. So it says, I will zoom this in for you guys so you can see it. And if you do see my face covering part of that sentence up, I do apologize, but I will try and do maybe, I can't really do anything about that because I'm too stupid on how to edit. So community members, we are about to release the second part of Community Update 3. This will contain some important additions to the game in this blog. We will bring you up to speed on the contents and reveal a bit more than we have so far. Keep reading. So the first thing that we are going to be talking about is the new Last Stand game mode. Now briefly, I'm kind of going to tell you what this is all about. The Last Stand game mode, well, it kind of says it in the name itself. You have to, it's a survival kind of game mode. You have to defend your base against oncoming waves of AI, and that's really it. Really, you just have to defend your points for as long as possible before you get overrun and before the enemy take your base. You can, by the way, it is used for PvE mode, but you can find it in the multiplayer menu, and it'll be either, so you can either do it as by yourself or in solo, you know, by yourself or in co-op. The AI attack will be in waves, and you have to defend your position against the attackers for as long as you can. As I said, the enemy will send waves in intervals, and your aim is to simply survive. You only need to make sure your base HQ is not captured. The duration of the round is set by the user at the start of the mission. That's something I actually do like, is that you're able to kind of customize it for how long you want to, you know, start the mission and how long the intervals I think will be. There's one major issue I have with this game mode, is that I feel like it's very much like the Conquest campaign in the sense that you're defending. So, and within the Conquest campaigns you have attacking missions and then you have defending missions. And the defending missions, you have to hold your pointed captures, you know, the points that you own, and you have to defend them, you know, for them against the enemies that, you know, bring on waves. So my question is, what is the exact difference between those two? Because from my point of view, and I don't know from any others, is that it kind of feels like it's just kind of like a copycat of the defense missions that you do in Conquest, where you just defense points from oncoming waves of enemies. And I know the whole aim of it is, you know, it's a whole different game mode, and, you know, it's completely different and it's brand new, because we haven't really had a new game mode in ages since, you know, the Demolition, I think it's called the Demolition game mode, I think it's called. And that was really good game mode, because it was like completely different from all other game modes that I've seen in RTS games like this before, so I really do appreciate that. But it's just, I have a feeling this is more of just kind of a lazy copycat of the defense missions from Conquest. So I really don't understand where the difference is, except that it's just a separate game mode and you can maybe customize the time, and I don't really know how the whole game mode works, because from the Conquest. There will be different parts from that, but I think just the aspect of gameplay, it'll just be the same as you're just defending your capture point or HQ, and maybe the slightly differences is that with the Conquest defense is that you're just defending, your points, point A or point D, whereas this you actually have to defend your HQ. So maybe that's the difference in gameplay wise. And also is that with the Conquest defense, you also bring out units before the whole attack starts. So whereas maybe in this game mode is that you bring out some units at the start, and then when there's an interval break, you'll maybe get some points for successfully defending your capture points, and you'll get more points as you get along to bring in more units through the survival game mode. So maybe it's kind of like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like that's the way it could possibly go, and that's the difference. I really think that this is just a copycat of the defense missions for Conquest. Let me know what you think of that in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? It is slightly different, although I will definitely be testing it and showing you guys in a separate video, so stay tuned to the channel for that. Next, we're going on to the human models. Now, the human models says that we will introduce many new German human models. The modular skins and the massive variety in equipment and headwear will offer a total. Is that 6.0? I think that's 6. I think that's meant to be 6,000. Although I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments down below. 6,000 unique combinations. As announced earlier, these are all German modular skins. The Soviet faction will be the next human modules to be reworked. We will reveal more at a later time. Stay tuned. So here are some pictures, I guess, of what is to come. You can see that I'm just going to say that the amount of improved modular skins, human model skins for, I think, Germany, USA is just an insane level. The fact that Gatesville take human model skins very seriously and stick to quite historically accurate, skins and modules and uniforms is absolutely insane. I mean, you can see one soldier with full shoulder, the sleeves down, whereas one soldier's got his sleeve up and one's got a couple gloves, one hasn't. I mean, I'm sure those are just basics, but if for any proper uniform masteries out there, people that know all about the different uniforms, and let me know in the comments down below, because I'm sure there's a lot of differences maybe between the German uniforms within the ranks. So let me know comments down below. But for me, I think I can see quite a lot of differences, but it's just amazing to see the little differences such as sleeve up, gloves on, gloves off. It's a huge difference. I really do like it. I mean, look at this. This is something I've never seen before, is that you actually now have Germans, when, German flamethrowers have like a mask and they're wearing like proper big thick gloves that they wore. You can see like the big heavy tank flamethrower on their backs, the boots, everything. This really does, and they wear like the helmet over their mask. This really does kind of depict how realistic this feels like. And watching, I think, Saving Private Ryan, you can see flamethrowers wear the masks. I mean, it's really quite insane and I think a lot of German flamethrowers did actually wear masks, and I think Americans too, but I'm not sure of but I know a lot of Germans and French, I think, wore them in World War One. The start of tear gas and flamethrowers. But honestly, this is really cool and something that I've never seen before in any game like this. So again, big props to Gatesville for this. And you can see some tank crew uniform. You can see, I don't know if the uniform maybe a lot darker than it was before, but you can see that it is really just up to top notch, and I do love it. So that is the German uniform models. Let me know what your thoughts on the German human models down below, skins for it, because I think they're absolutely awesome. And is there anything missing from these skin models? Again, let me know. I think the most impressive one is the flamethrower. I just absolutely love this one. Next, we're going on to the tutorial missions. Now, as you know, I've stated in a few videos about how I feel about the tutorial missions and how rubbish they are. They're not really good at explaining how well tutorials are, how to maybe throw a grenade, how to fill up a tank, how to, I don't know, use a sniper rifle, how to basically use the basics of the game. And I've critiqued on this quite a lot, and especially my most kind of famous video, not famous, my most viewed, one of my more viewed videos on how rubbish the tutorial mission is, so go check that out. But basically it says that tutorial missions will introduce a brand new way of explaining the game through new tutorials. Only one of the original tutorial missions remains, and I wonder if that, because I think there's currently already 3 tutorial missions within the game. I know there's Trial by Fire, which is the actual mission. You get the actual training mission. So actually, sorry, there's only 2 then. I'm sorry, I'm pointing to the camera. There's only 2 tutorial missions in the game, and they're saying there's only 1, which makes me think is that Trial by Fire will get gone, and the original, basics training where there's a whole training camp, I think that will stay. But they're saying that 4 brand new ones will be added. This is absolutely huge. And if these 4 brand new missions or tutorial missions will be added, I'd love to see what they are. Is one of them, the German faction? Is one of them the American faction? Is one of them the Soviet faction? Are the other 4 tutorials based on the different factions in the game and how their units work? Because you have different guns throughout different nations, different grenades, all sorts of different units throughout the faction. So this will be really interesting to see that. These videos, these new 4 the missions will feature video snippets to support the learning process. By explaining every step visually, it should be much easier to master the gameplay basics. Players will be able to repeat these video snippets using an on-screen button. We are confident that the new way of presenting the tutorials will make the world of difference to novice players. I kind of agree. Yes, I do. I think that actually visually seeing how to show how to play the game does make that huge difference, because I think maybe for the people who do the tutorial mission and there's just big writing on the screen. I mean, I'm dyslexic, and reading that just big text and some of the training camp missions is just absolutely just annoying to read, because you're a slow reader, some of the words get muddled up and it's not nice. So actually now visually seeing it on how to play the game through the basics of training is actually a really good addition, especially for people who are like myself, dyslexic, or have dyspraxia, or have maybe any learning the process of the game through reading, if that makes sense. So I really do appreciate the video snippets, because they are really important. And as you see, I think Men of War 2, the new game, I think they have video snippets as well. So really, really interesting, and I'm really glad they're doing this. Let me know what your thoughts are below on this. I do think, though, I am quite intrigued to see what these 4 brand new mission tutorials will be, because I really hope they are useful, and I will be playing them and showing them on the channel. So again, stay tuned to these videos coming up very, very soon. Okay, next is other changes. So we have improved shadow rendering for the higher end graphical settings. The crisper shadows in combination with the improved models go a long way to improving the visual fidelity, I think it says, and providing our community with an ever-improving product. Yeah, I mean, improving graphics, I feel like it's just basic stuff you should just keep improving. So I guess that's, a really good way. I mean, I think I have a pretty high-end graphic settings currently in the game. So yeah, I'm really happy for that. We've also improved pathfinding. Oh my gosh, yes, pathfinding is huge. Keep working on it. There should be a whole freaking section on pathfinding, how bad it is in these games, and other numerous issues like fixing the chat's multiplayer. This recently became dysfunctional due to changes made by Valve on the Steam backend, which were unfortunate but out of our control. And lastly, the open beta, you'll be able to see all of it for yourself, because as usual the update is now available in a short open beta. This beta will last a few days, after which we will release the update to everyone, and anyone can participate in this beta. Just as we did in the previous part, users can give us feedback and set of dedicated beta feedback channels on our Discord server. So yeah, guys, if you want to play this for yourself, you can easily do this. And they also tell you how to do it, is that if you want to try the beta for yourself, you're going to have to just simply just switch your game to the beta version, and I'll show you how to do that right now. We are here, so if you go to your Call to Arms game here, you can see mine already says open beta. I'll zoom that in for you. But basically, once you're kind of highlighted over your game, you're going to right click you're going to go to properties, you're going to go to, I believe it's betas here, and you want to go in this here, and you want to go to open beta, open_beta/beta, go all the way down to the bottom, and you'll find it there at the open beta. So that is your right clicking on the game, go to properties, go to betas, and then find the beta section, which will be all the way down to the bottom. So there you go, guys. That is it for today. This is Community Update 3 Part 2. If you have enjoyed this video and you found it useful, then make sure you subscribe and leave a like down below. We are trying to reach to 2,000 subscribers. If we could reach that, that'd be absolutely amazing. And let me know what your thoughts are on all the new development coming to the game. What do you think of the new game mode? Do you think it's very much like a copycat of the Conquest Defense missions? Do you like the new human model skins for Germany, especially flamethrowers one, which is my favorite? Do you like the changes to the new tutorial missions? The fact that 4 new tutorial missions are coming with snipped videos, and I hope that also does come in the original tutorial mission, the snip clip. So I hope that's there. And do you think this is a easier way for new players to understand the game a lot better? And let me know what you think of the other changes, such as pathfindings and the issue of the chat for people. Yeah, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and all your support, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, and goodbye.